Howdy, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Cub, and welcome to some more The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you're watching this live, thanks for tuning in. If you're joining in the archives, well, first off, thank you for watching through the last few. I assume that you did, otherwise you're dropping in at a really odd point. If you are watching live, though, good news. The archives will be going out on Sunday. So the very first archive will be released this coming Sunday, so in 2 days. And then we should have one coming out every day after that. It takes a little while, about 3 days, for them to go through the Nintendo Creator Program and get approved. But after that, they should be posting. And I think I've got enough of them kind of built up that they'll be going one right after the other every day until the end of time. Probably not, though. Probably until we complete the story. Though I gotta say, I'm having a lot of fun with this game. The only story things I've done so far are the things that you've seen me do in the streams. Now, I went back up to Horatio Village, or whatever it's called over here, Hatino Village. I got our horse back. We're going to go drop him off at the stable. In fact, I think we're dropping him off at the stable we originally registered a little horse at. That's the name of the horse, if you haven't caught a previous stream. Was not my idea. I asked the chat, what should we name the horse? And that was the only suggestion. So there you go. That's the decision that was made. And we're going to go drop him off because I don't usually ride my horse around a lot, and I didn't like the idea of it just sort of standing out in a pasture. I'm not sure if it costs anything to board the horse. I should hope not, though. Maybe this is just like a nice public service, in which case I guess I'm paying taxes for it, but whatever. Welcome, welcome to our fine stable. Do you want to register a horse? Take one out for a ride? How can I help you? I'd like to board my horse. You want to board a little horse? Yes, please. We'll take a little horse into our care. Wait right here. And there we go. Your horse is in our care. Anything else? That is all. Now, I think we can go to any other stable and we can get little horse right back out, so we don't even have to come back to this one. I believe. I haven't done this before. I'm also trying something new. I'm trying to play with just the Joy-Cons in my hands without the grip. I like the grip. A lot of people have had trouble with it. They say it's either too small or awkward. I actually really like it, but Blunty suggested trying it like this, and I thought I'd give it a whirl. Again, I don't have a problem with the comfort grip, but, you know, I like to try new things. I'm an adventurous kind of guy. I like try new things all the time. Except food. I only eat the same food every day. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, everyone. All right, we'll be here if you need us. Thank you very much. Now, like I said, the only story that I do, I think I said this already, is during the live streams. But I've been very, very busy doing other things, exploring the world, finding all kinds of cool things. And during my travels, I finally unlocked the entire map, and I found what I believe are all of these story mission locations. And I matched them up to the pictures, and I marked them in order. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be trying to get Link's memories back and see if we can figure out what's going on in the world of Hyrule, what happened 100 years ago, and hopefully apply that information and use it to our advantage to rescue the lovely Princess Zelda, who I assume is doing like one of those things she did in Skyward Sword, which brings me to an interesting thing that I realized while editing one of the first live streams that we did, or one of the previous live streams. If you'll indulge me for a minute, if we can go back in here to the adventure log and take a look at the subdued ceremony for just a moment. This explains what area of the timeline the game is in, and I completely missed it during the live stream. Hyrule, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. Wait for it. It's right in here. Skill of darkness and adversity. This is amazing. Just brace yourself. Worthy of the goddess Hylia. So far it could be in any timeline, but Skyward Sword, Adrift in Time, Ocarina of Time, Glowing Embers of Twilight. That puts it very, very clearly in the child timeline, because that is where the Twilight Princess takes place. So Skyward Sword, very beginning of the timeline, could be anywhere. Ocarina of Time, timeline split, could still go in any direction, but Twilight Princess takes place in the Child Link timeline, so now we know. I'm sure someone else has figured that out a long time ago, but I figured it out by myself, and I was happy. I could be wrong, though. I haven't actually Googled it to check, but that is the timeline that Twilight Princess takes place in, so I just assume, I mean, unless Nintendo has just split it again. But why would they do that? Just a follow-up. So apparently sometime after Twilight Princess, Ganon came back and super advanced Hylian sealed him away, and then 10,000 years passed, and they tried to do it again 100 years ago and it failed. Something else I discovered was this fairy fountain back here. And while I haven't actually gone up and opened the fairy fountain, what I have been doing is going around and collecting the fairies, and it doesn't look like there's any out here now. They take a while to respawn, but we've got quite a few of them with me right here. If we tab through... Oh, and this is something I figured out too. I wish someone would have pointed out to me in one of the previous streams. But you can use the right stick to very quickly go through the different sections, whereas before I was thumbing with the left stick like across all the items. Completely unnecessary. But I think our fairies are right there, so we got 3 of them, and if you fall in combat or from a great height as well, they'll come out and keep you from dying. Which brings me to something else I've forgotten to do. First things first. There we go. Got to get the right wrapper up there in the first place. And then also, I've got to update the death count. Because, unfortunately, I've died a lot between last time and this time. And 39 is no longer actually representative of how many lives I've wasted here. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I have been keeping track of them. I know the exact number. I've got it here on my phone. I basically text myself every time I die so that I can keep track of this and update it on every stream. And we didn't die during the last stream, but this time, in between streams, I managed to somehow rack up to 54 deaths. So, pretty impressive, I know. Mostly just throwing myself off of cliffs and things, but also dying to guardians. They're very difficult to fight. Something else over here you can collect, though, is blue nightshade. And then also, right around here, we should be able to find some silent princess. Where is it? It's back here somewhere. Unless I've already... Again, these things take a little while to respawn, and we should probably have some in our inventory as it is right around here somewhere. Does it actually matter? Are we going to do anything with it? No. So I don't know why I feel obligated to show it to you. It's here. Oh, there it is, right there. Silent Princess. This lovely flower was said to have been a favorite of the Princess of Hyrule. Once feared to have gone extinct, it recently been spotted growing in the wild. Not anymore. I picked them all. There's none more back here. I also figured out, though, if you tap Y, it'll sort your inventory, which is also pretty useful. None of that has any bearing on what we're doing here today, though. I just thought I would share with you the things that I managed to sort of sort out for myself, and I'm doing pretty good. I do actually have the sort of the super nice guide book that I get the guidebooks to these games, like the hardcover ones, because I think that they look really nice. I just like to page through them. I've got one for Twilight Princess as well. Haven't read it. I've just kind of gone through and looked at the pictures and stuff. I think that after the story, though, I might go through and just see what sort of things I missed, and maybe visit them again during these live streams. But enough of that. I feel like we've talked about that enough. It's time to move on and do the story, and I think that the next place we need to go is right down here. I'm trying to remember these in order, so let's see. I think red is the first one up, and I think that I tagged them all in the right order. You have to kind of use the pictures and then try to guess where the locations are. But if we go back to the map there, yeah, it looks like that's it. And it looks like if we go right here to the Omenau Shrine, we should be pretty close. That's up there on the raised ground, if you will. What is it called? The Great Barrier Reef. That's it. That's up on the Great Barrier Reef, the plateau. And we can jump off the plateau. Great Barrier Reef works too. Not at all related to what's happening in the game, but sounds pretty good. Sounds like I believe it. If you told me that there was a... I mean, first off, the fact that it's not in the ocean is a bit of a giveaway. But if you told me that Hyrule had a Great Barrier Reef above ground, and that's where you started the game, I'd believe it. I mean, that sounds like a Hyrulean sort of thing, doesn't it? So I'd probably roll with that. It's not true at all, though. So don't be fooled, folks. There's no Great Barriers in the... Well, there is the Great Barriers on, like, the edge of the world, but I haven't gotten to those yet. I haven't yet to find the end of the world, which is crazy how big and expansive this world is. Ah! I remember this area. Of course, of course. Now, where is my mark that I put down? Oh, go back. What was that? Hyrule? Was that Hyrule Herb? Hyrule Herb. Okay, yeah, that should be some fun stuff. Hop up here and see if we can't spot my mark. Where did I put it? Well, let's see where we are relative to... Oh, it should be right in front of us. There it is. All right. So we gotta hop back down there. Oh, Glide, Link. Glide, what are you doing, mate? If you guys know what those little pinwheels are up there, I've yet to figure out what they're for. At first, I thought they might be related to the Koroks, but I couldn't figure out a way to activate them and, like, call any Koroks out. But let's see. If you go through here and you get to the mark right around this area, they're pretty easy to spot, even if you can't figure out exactly where they are based on the picture. And on this one, we're going by this second album picture. So it's kind of on a ridge looking out over that cracked mountain. It kind of glows when you get close to it. So where was it? I kind of just throw... Ooh. Hi there, you. What are you doing? Can we just be friends? I would love to be friends with you. Okay, let's just disregard each other. See if I can figure this out. So, like I say, it seems to be on a bit of a ridge. Oh, wait, going by the picture. So we gotta find the... Oh, probably up here, actually. Where is it? There's a little glowing spot in the ground. I'm not crazy, guys. I'm not crazy. It's right around here somewhere. I'm sure of it. Let's go ahead and take another look at that picture. And... Okay. So we can see the island. We can see that cracked mountain. Things are going to be a little different. This picture was taken 100 years ago. Clearly Zelda's quite artistic. But I feel like somewhere right along in here is going to be the ticket. Right? So there's the mountain. And in order to get that picture, we'd have to be right around... Ah, right there. That's got to be it, right? That's the little ridge. That looks pretty close. Yeah, it's going to be up here. Alright, here I am. Begin the memory. Or don't. Oh! Oh, but do we have to worry about this? Is this critter going to be an issue? Let's spook it. Oh, it's going to just get charged? No, it's going to run off. I'm terrified of everything in this game. Everything in this game has the potential to kill me. I want to avoid it. So real quick, if you're watching live, you want to avoid story rumors, now would be the time to click out of here. But otherwise, Link's about to have a moment. Yes, Link. Yes, unlock the memories. I'm a bit concerned that the only memories he's unlocking are the memories about Zelda. Like, surely he had a mother and a father and a childhood, maybe some siblings. I don't know what Link's entire story is. But if all he remembers is him and Zelda, it's going to be pretty messed up.
From here, we'll make our way to Goron City. Then, we'll need some adjustments on that divine beast so Daru can manage it as easily as possible. He's figured out how to get it to move. However, it's apparent that we still have much more to learn. But to think, that divine beast was actually built by people. That means we should be able to understand how it works and how to use it to our advantage.
I mean, my father can't figure out how to use a laptop, and that was built by people.
So much we don't know. But if we want to turn back Calamity Ganon, they're our best hope.
Go to her, Link.
Tell me the truth. How proficient are you right now wielding that sword on your back? Legend says that an ancient voice resonates inside it. Can you hear it yet, hero?
It does, actually. It's got its fees in there, or fi, if you're so inclined. I've always said fee. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I like fee. Some people didn't. That's fine. Everyone has their own opinions on Skyward Sword. Story-wise, it's been my favorite game so far. This one's pretty good. I think that mechanics-wise, this is definitely my favorite Zelda game, but too many people hate on old Skyward Sword there. So now I need to go to the next memory, which is going to be right up here, which I found quite by accident. The thing that finally cued it for me was I actually found the shrine and then realized, oh my gosh, and I pulled out the picture and then stumbled into the glowing spot. So I know exactly where that one is. And if we open up the map... It's way the heck over here. Have I mentioned that I unlocked the whole map yet? Because I did. And it's actually up here, I believe. Yeah, right there we've got that mark. All right, so number 2 on the list. Or actually, it's the third memory. And I queued all of these up because I kind of wanted to go through the story with folks. And I'm doing a lot of just free roam. And it's kind of hard to get a narrative out of that and to be entertaining. I'm not claiming I'm an entertaining person, mind you. In fact, I'm claiming the opposite. It's hard to be entertaining without some sort of story drive, so I thought that it would be a good idea to just kind of stick with the story missions and stuff for the live streams. If you disagree, you can comment down below. Or live. We are live. People are watching. I'm looking at them. They're there. They're not talking, but they are there. I don't know why they don't want to be a part of this. If you guys are watching live, you can talk anytime you want to. But we have now made our way to the next glowing... Oh, goodness gracious, look at that guy. So we're pretty close now to the edge of the world. I haven't gone over here to see what this is, but I have to assume it's some sort of just trench, or maybe it's not water, because water on the map is in fact blue. You can kind of see it down there. So I don't know what's up with that trench or how they explain it to you that you can't go any further. But my gosh, this game is big. What gets me is that you can look out and you can see things like that tower or that tower right over there. And it looks so close, but in actuality, that tower is way the heck over here, and getting there takes so much longer than you would think. I mean, that's the brilliance with this game. What is that? What is that? What, did you guys see that? What is that? Right there. What is that up there? Also, what is that running? I hear something running. Whoa, what is that? What's going on over there? Oh, I haven't seen this before. I don't know what this is. Have I been there? Oh, wait, no. Is that just one of my marks? No. What is that? Okay, we're going to go find out what that is. But first things first, memory time. Let's unlock the third memory here. We're going to figure out what it is that we did with the Zelda, with the princess. We're going to pull out our iPad. I'm sorry, our Sheikah Slate. We're going to look at that picture. It's all going to come flooding back to us. It'd be nice if we could find like a photo album full of childhood memories so that, again, I'm just concerned that Link won't ever remember his mom. I'm worried we're going to go through, we're going to unlock, all 18 of these? We're going to go through all 18 of these and he's going to be like, Zelda is my life. When he had a life before Zelda. It's kind of like guys who get into a relationship with a girl and then that's all that they know. Like they break up with them and they can't remember a life before them and they're just miserable and you're like, bro.
It appears that this structure was designed to be exclusively accessed by the sword's chosen one. But designs can always be worked around, at least I hope. How do I get inside? I need to activate it somehow.
Hey, that's us. We can just open it. I mean, we are the chosen hero. Something tells me Zelda's not...
I made it clear that I'm not in need of an escort.
We don't quite have the lovey-dovey rosy relationship that I thought we would.
The person in question am fine, regardless of the king's orders.
Unless it's one of those treat him mean, keep him keen kind of things.
Father, please.
Like if you've ever seen, oh, what is it? The Princess Bride, right? She calls his farm boy. We always just say, as you wish.
Stop following me.
As you wish, princess. Well, excuse me, prince. Ah! That was my opportunity to make that joke, and I went with the Princess Bride instead. What a shame. If you've never seen the Zelda cartoon, you can get like the whole DVD for $3. Not great, mind you, but full of laughs. Okay, so Zelda, I don't think that these memories are happening in order. Like, we're going through them 1, 2, 3, but it seems like in this one, she wasn't sure about us. In this one, we were pretty good pals, just kind of walking around. She didn't seem to have the most faith in us. And this one, she wants nothing to do with us. And it looks like the next one takes place with the Gerudos, I'm guessing. So, haven't actually been here yet. I marked on the map where I reckon it is based on... let me explain. So, I got up onto the top of these hills, right? And from up here... Actually, I did go all the way down to here. But from up here, I just kind of looked out and I saw what looked to be the right area. We're making vast assumptions here, folks. I want to go figure out what's on top of that hill, though. Because whatever that is, it looks pretty stinking cool. It's probably nothing, though, isn't it? It's just some glowing green light. Nothing to be concerned with. I'm sure it has no relevance whatsoever in the story. Oh, I should also note I've updated my hearts and my stamina wheel, which has come in very handy, particularly the stamina. I know that Game Explain worked out that you can climb up mountains by just releasing the climb button, jogging a bit to recharge your stamina, and then continuing. But let me tell you what, that does not help with sheer cliff faces, which we climb a lot of in this game. Looks like this ridge might be just enough for us to rest on, though, hopefully. So if we land here and chill, yep, plenty. We should also probably go ahead and grab a bite to eat before we head any further. That's a bit overkill, but I would rather have some food in my belly. Also, we can go ahead and get ourselves some mushrooms here. And can I... Yeah, it looks like we can probably sprint it. Oh, okay, that's piano. I heard that sound. I thought something was beeping and something had gone wrong. It's just the piano. Okay, now we want to be careful on top of flat mountains because generally there are some Talos, I think they're called, big rock monsters. Okay, that's not one. That's not a pleasant enemy either. We could put on our Hylian shirt. We have a Hylian tunic, like a Hylian hero's tunic, and it will tell us the health of our enemies. But I prefer to keep the climbing gear on for right now. I found a climbing tunic. The actual item name being the... Where? Oh, I also got some rubber armor somewhere. Climbing gear. Yeah, climbing gear. And it's pretty handy to have, especially when you do a whole lot of climbing like you do in this game. Could I have just teleported somewhere closer to that? I can't tell exactly where that light's coming from, So I don't know if we could have, but it does look like we're going to have to make our way there manually. Okay, we're going to have to get across to there somehow. I wonder if I can make it all the way to that ridge. I'd want to avoid climbing as much as... Oh, look! Oh, did you guys see that? Fallen star. Falling star landed over there. We're trying to figure out what that is, though. That bright light up there. Alright, Link. Flying leap. And we'll see where this gets us. This might be a bit of a climb, though. Like, regardless of what happens here, I gotta get up there. Like, I know that's not what we started off doing. But curiosity gets the better of you in this game. It's just the thing that happens. Like, when I heard people coming out in early reviews and saying, I didn't even follow the story. I set off in the story and got distracted. I thought that was all hoopla. Hoopla! But no, that is actually what happens. You get so distracted by just the curious things you see in the game. At some point, we need to go back to that fairy fountain that I showed you guys near Kakariko Village and head inside and see what we can see.